Hey, welcome back to the Lightspeed Social Agency YouTube channel. I am Cody Owen, your host, as always, and I want to talk to you today about email campaigns and just like a brief overview of like how to do them, a couple pitfalls to avoid so that you can sell into your existing customer list this fall, all of your upsells. So I know this is a thing that a lot of lawn care and landscaping companies know that they need to do, but maybe do a version of it that is not, maybe hit some of these pitfalls, that kind of thing. So this is all about just your very basics of how to do this the right way so that you see the maximum amount of results out of it. So what I recommend as sort of an overarching structure that we're gonna come back to over and over in this video is that I want you to send 5 emails for whatever service you're upselling. We only wanna sell one service in the email campaign. So if you do fall cleanups and aeration and overseeding, I want you to just do fall cleanups in one set of emails, just do aeration and overseeding in the other if those are like paired together. But I want you to focus on selling one thing and asking the customer to take one small action to raise their hand and let you know that they're interested. So 5 emails sent out over 7 to 10 days is the cadence that we want. Give them a day to breathe in between some of these emails. What a lot of, sort of marketing best practices, and we run into this a lot in small business, is that the best practice is to test the timing of your emails. And we talk about this a lot with Facebook ads and things like that you want to test you want to split test, right? You want to A/B test your ads. But in a lot of cases, we're not working with an audience that is big enough to know that our results are statistically significant, right? So that becomes a real problem when you're relying on, okay, Tuesday at 10 a.m. is the best time because 40 people opened this email. That may not be as significant. It could be that there was a news event on that day that distracted your people in some way. So what we actually want to do is just spread those emails out, make sure they're going at different times of day on weekdays, maybe drop one in their inbox on a Saturday or a Sunday to see what works for your people, but just spread them out so that you're kind of covering all of your bases, right? So we want those 5 emails. They're each going to have a headline, a subject line, right? I think about them in terms of headlines because they are a hook to grab attention. So if you've written blog posts in the past, it's that same idea where you want to hook them. Email, I would say, is even harder than getting someone to look at an article, right? There's hundreds of emails in their inbox. You have to cut through the noise and let them know that what you're talking about is a thing that matters to them. So we want to have something that gives them a little bit of an emotional hook, something that tells them this email is important. So for the subject line, our thing that we want them to do, that small step of action we want them to take is to open that email. So you are their lawn care provider, you are their landscaping provider, they know you, they trust you. We are only talking to your people right now. So put in that subject line what you know will get them to open it, right? This could be, upcoming problem with your lawn, right? That's the sort of thing that would get someone to care about this email. So think about that sort of thing, get them to open it up. It could be recommended action plan for your lawn. Things we want to avoid are like spammy words like free. You never want to say like get a free quote. Quotes are always free. No one should be charging for lawn care quote. That's crazy. So never say that you can get a free quote. Leave that language out. The word free in general will get you, flagged as potential spam. So try to avoid that in your subject lines as much as possible. And then in your body of the email, we want to be pushing them to take one tiny action. Usually that is, depending on the scale of your business and how things are set up, that could be reply to this email and let us know to send you a quote. Or that could be, click this link and submit this very, very short form. What we want on that form is the bare minimum that we need to identify this customer in our system. So name and phone number, name and property address. Just in case the name is the same. You might have 2 John Smiths. So we want to make them take the bare minimum action that we have to make them take to opt in, right? We think about this like all of our marketing is a funnel. So our funnel for our fall cleanups, we want it to be as low friction as possible, right? When someone goes into this funnel, we want it to be as easy as possible for them to come out the bottom having paid for another service from us, a service that's going to make their lawn better, increase their overall time with us as a company. So think about that. Think about ways that you can get out of the way. Even if it means that it's a little more work for the office, I promise you that it's going to be worth it to make the experience less friction at each stage for the customer. So even if, it means that someone's going to have to call to collect a little bit of information from them or drop them an email back to get a little bit more information from them, it is worth it to have people opt into that next stage and remove a hole in your funnel that people are escaping out. Sometimes you'll see people have a form with like 12 questions on it to have someone opt into a service or an upsell. It's too much work. They will leave. So for your subject line and for your body copy, we have a blog post on our website about how to quickly write sales copy that converts. So I want you to take a look at that. Look for, those power word ideas that get people to think with emotion. Remember, people always buy with emotion and they justify with logic. And then to think about the structure of your email campaign, how you want to do this, you want to come up with the 3 to 5 benefits that are why people need this service. What does this service do for them? And we don't want to think about this in terms of features, right? So a lot of times, people who understand how a service works, they will sell it to a potential customer on the basis of the features that it does, right? So aeration makes your soil less compact. And you and I know that means that the grass is going to have room to get water into the soil. We know all the benefits of loosening that compaction. The customer doesn't know that, right? So we want to tell them the benefits that if you get your lawn aerated and overseeded this fall, next spring it's going to be thicker, it's going to be greener, all of the things that come with solving the problem, right? We want to tell them what the problem is and how we solve it. So think about that. Each email in your campaign, I want you to focus on a different benefit that service will provide them. So if you're thinking about each email having a benefit, it's like it's written to a different target, right? Because that benefit is going to work for them, and maybe the benefit that you spell out in email number 3 isn't something that they care about. But the benefit you outlined in number 2 got them, right? So we want to think about it in terms of this email is built around a benefit, and then it pushes them to one small action to get that benefit. So craft your emails in that way. Look at that blog post. It's linked in the video description. That will help you craft your emails in a way that gets people to opt in. And remember that it is always, always, always easier to get someone who has already told you yes to say yes a second or a third time to services, someone you already have a rapport with, someone that already trusts your business to provide good service. It's going to be much easier to get them to say yes. We get to use this free medium to talk to them. We should be leveraging that medium, pulling that sales lever to get them in the door and increase that lifetime customer value. So be thinking about that. If you need help with your fall upsell campaigns, if you know you don't have the time, you need it taken off your plate, you need the professional copywriting skills to bring to bear on those upsell campaigns, reach out to us at Lightspeed. We are happy to partner with you in that and get those emails written for you. One final pro tip. If your CRM does not allow you to easily send emails out to your list, you can pull that information out of the CRM. Some CRMs even integrate with MailChimp, and MailChimp will let you send emails to your list for free up to 2,000 contacts. So if your list is smaller than that, that's a good free option that won't hurt your deliverability, right? You always want to make sure that your emails are not getting caught in a spam filter because they're being sent from a low quality source. MailChimp is a good one because they're hoping to grow your list past that 2,000 contacts or the maximum number of emails they can send in a month and turn you into a customer. So they're a high quality sender that's not going to get you flagged for spam. So look into what your options are there and make sure that you're getting into people's inboxes. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week.